come to this earth in a raw state. Some are more equipped and polished than others, but we all need some structure, a little smoothing of the edges to fix some things here and there and shave off layers of things that we don't really need. And fear is one of them. From my own experience, fear feels like an illusion, because if I look back on times where I was afraid of something, I realized that it was all a mind creation. I was turning whatever task I had to do into something much harder than it actually was. But even if I'm aware of it now, I can't say that I won't have a moment of fear for the rest of my life. So I ask myself, how many times do I have to forget until I remember? So why are we so scared? Maybe it's the deeply rooted survival instinct in us, the thing that has helped us get to this point. Maybe we have to reprogram our minds to work differently and not to fall into the victim mindset so quickly and avoid anything that triggers us or scares us in any way. Or maybe fear is necessary and we're here to be challenged and overcome these same fears that we have. When I have moments of fear or anxiety, or I'm overthinking something, there are a few things that really help me get out of my head, which are going out into nature. It usually helps me realize that I'm just being self-centered, and it's just nature is, very calming. Another thing is exercising, possibly very hard. It might be more useful or more effective to move your body, like go on a walk, exercise, or do something that it's difficult for your body to do. That I think it really helps. And then eventually meditate. That's usually how I do it. But yeah, so far it's been great. You could do anything, really, anything that makes your mind quiet. Stoic philosophers thought that it's completely irrational to fear something that we have no control over, and many other wise individuals have a similar view on fear. And they say that we fear something only when we overfocus on past or future experiences. These are quotes about the topic I was just referring to by some awesome people. I think it's useful and empowering to be aware of what fear is actually doing to your body. So there are mainly two types of ways in which your brain can focus, and it's divergent and convergent focus. Divergent is when your focus is more open, and let's say you're thinking about space. Convergent is more narrow focus, and you use convergent focus when, let's say, you're picking up a glass of water or a pen. That's convergent focus. When you're over-obsessing and about something and thinking about the worst case scenario, you're activating a part of your brain called the amygdala that signals your body to pump stress hormones like cortisol. Every time we react or have a disturbing thought, our internal chemistry changes, and this can signal our genes to turn on or off, upregulate or downregulate. Every one of our cells makes protein, except from red blood cells, and the quality of the proteins is equal to the health of the body. So every time a gene is expressed, a cell makes a protein. When the signal from the outside environment reaches the cell membrane, the chemical is accepted by a receptor, so it can reach the DNA inside of the cell, and then a gene makes a protein that is equal to that signal. So if the signal stays the same, if nothing changes, let's say in your environment, your gene keeps making the same protein. And if you're downregulating a certain gene, it will eventually wear off. So we can say that genes are the link between our thoughts and our bodies, because they allow us to influence our health by changing the way we act and think. When you change your emotions, you can change the expression of your genes, because you're sending a different chemical signal to your DNA, and that instructs your genes to make different proteins. I wanted to give more positive perspective on fear and not think of it as just something that we want to get rid of. So thousands of years ago, we didn't know anything at all about the world. And like little kids, we were amazed, we were surprised by every little phenomenon. And Aristotle once said, astonishment is the origin of philosophy. So there's this word, there's this Greek word, taumazein, which means being amazed. Actually, the translation is not very accurate, because the word tauma refers to something threatening, disturbing, that induces fear. So it has a double meaning to it. It wants to capture that ancestral shock that humans feel in front of the ever-changing nature of reality. It's like when we look at the ocean and we're mesmerized by it because it's so beautiful, but at the same time we're a little scared because we can't see what's underneath, and it's so full of unknowns, like life. To make sense out of life, we kind of need to go on a quest and further investigate, like the first philosophers, when they started asking questions about the nature of reality and searching for principles and laws that regulate reality. So in this sense, fear is necessary. I feel like a lot of times what we really want is the thing that scares us the most. So we can use our fears as a map, as our own individual map that we can use, so we know where to go and what to do in order to clear our minds, see things as they are, and be who we're supposed to be. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and see you in my next video. Bye!